Hello to all you dear friends. I hope you're all doing well. In this short and free tutorial, we're looking at an AI that's actually very simple, yet powerful. You can install and run it on your own system. Since it uses your own hardware, it's essentially free, and it can improve the quality of your images or your renders, allowing you to increase their quality by up to 8 times. This can be a huge help, meaning you no longer have to create large size renders. Take a look at the sample here. This is a render that already has pretty good quality. I'm not saying it's low quality, but just look, it's a bit blurry and the software has enhanced it for us, increasing the quality by up to 8 times. This is great for people who need to print their work, for those who want to create smaller renders and then easily and quickly upscale them, or for anyone working in illustration, even photographers, and people who work in printing. Basically, this software is useful for anyone who's active in the field of digital imaging. Okay, so after you've downloaded the software from the channel and installed it, this is the interface you'll see. Now, I'll just use one of the sample images. Initially, it's set to, I believe the default setting is 1x. Okay, so this will just give you a very slight increase in quality. You can switch to the other modes. For example, I'll set it to 8x, which will increase the quality by up to 8 times. The thing is, each one of these is considered a separate model. Now, here are the AI models. There are different ones you can download, though some are older versions. These two version 3 models here are new for the latest releases of the software. And each of these upscale options is also its own model. Those of you who have taken my AI course will be familiar with upscale models. We explained it in detail there. You could say this is a sort of small, summarized version of that upscaler discussion. You can easily select whichever one you want, and the software will download it for you. Okay? Now, one thing to note is the address where it downloads these files. The download address is right here. If you go into the settings, this model path is where it downloads to. If your C drive happens to be full, you can change this address. All right, that was just a general tip I wanted to share. Next, it can do a 2-pass process, basically working on the image in 2 stages. If you enable this 2-pass option, it'll download another model for you, which handles the second pass, the second stage of this quality enhancement. The result really depends on the image you're working with. Look, for instance, how much higher the quality has become here. Now, when I enable 2-pass, it goes and does another level of processing on it. You can also test out the other models. Depending on your image, different models might produce different effects. There's also a face option here, which is for when you're working on a portrait. If you want to enhance a low quality portrait, for example, turning on this face option works much better on them. For instance, you can test it on the sample face image it has here. You can test these on different images and see. Or even in your architectural renders, if you have characters, well, it can work on those characters with higher quality. The software's interface itself is simple. There's nothing too complicated in it. For instance, you can add text to it here if you want to add some writing or something. It's like a small, simple word environment, with fonts and things like that, which don't really need much explanation. Actually, here it shows you the prompt it extracted from the image, which in this case didn't have a specific prompt. Here you can specify the display style for these images. And finally, with whichever of these models you get the result you want, whatever quality you wanted, whichever of these models, you have to test them on various images. Their performance really differs. And once you've decided on the model you want, you can press the run button here. And it will generate the output for you. The quality of the image it's going to create for you is the quality written here. The quality of the image you had is also written here for you. There's a mode here that's actually a split mode, or this slider mode where you can see the quality, the changing quality with it. And I have to go back to, for example, one of these renders we have to see what's happening here. For instance, I'll place it here. Let this AI model generate first. The speed of this generation also depends on your hardware. Here in the hardware section, you can specify whether to use your graphics card or your CPU, and it's obviously better to use the graphics card. And well, if you have powerful graphics cards, speed of this processing is faster. Of course, it also depends on the quality and the size of the image itself. Let's look at this together. For example, let's look at these details here. See how much it's increasing the quality of this render for us and removing all that blurriness. Now, this render itself was a low quality one, meaning it was a render that was captured with Vantage at a low speed. Now, this other render is a higher quality render itself. Okay, it finished its job. Look at the quality increase and, well, how much sharper and more appealing images it can generate for us and make the textures very vibrant. Look at the floor section here. Okay, I hope you use this software and enjoy it. I just want to tell you one thing about its installation, although it would have been better to say this at the beginning. But when you were installing it, okay, this is the installation folder we gave you from which you installed the file. It has one crack file. You need to copy the crack file and go to the installation location of the software and paste it here. You'll get a replace prompt, go ahead and replace it, and the software will be cracked. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and that it can be a great help to you. Good luck!